How do you feel about Marco Rubio and Val Demings?
Well, I know more about what Val Deming stands for, and they're trying to push this abortion issue. It's only against late-term abortion. The Democrats did it to themselves because they are allowing an abortion up to and until and after the baby's born, which is insane.
An abortion after the baby's born?
Yeah, that's what the Democrats did, and that's why they revisited Roe v. Wade. But
But what I mean is, when I'm asking how do you abort after the baby's been born?
it's called murder.
So they're pro-murder after postpartum murder?
Well, that's what caused all this.
I see. One of the big issues on the ballot this year is crime around the country. In this state, unlike other states, there is a woman running for Senate who has been a police chief in Orlando. That's Val Demings, the congresswoman from the Orlando area. A lot of people have said to me that it might be time to cross over and vote for a Democrat because you're voting for a police chief. Does that resonate with you?
Not at all. Not at all. I mean, if you look at her track record, she votes almost 100% with Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats. And we know that, unfortunately, the Democrat Party nowadays is not the Democratic parties of 30, 50 years ago that actually respected the Constitution and loved America. You have a lot of politicians in Congress and the Senate that no longer love capitalism from the Democrat Party, that they want socialism. This is America. You know, America was founded as a capitalist country, and now you want to change it to socialism? It's a failure. It's never, ever worked in any country. So I'm Cuban, so this actually, it's deep with me.
Does Val Demings have a shot at your support on Tuesday?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I've listened to her, and one thing too is when it comes to law and order, again, catchphrase, but why is it a catchphrase for Trump, law and order? Because that's what our side believes in. I believe in that. I drive legally, I do things legally, and it's aggravating for people like me and the millions and millions of us out there that do everything right. We follow the law. We don't try to cut corners. We do what we're supposed to do, just as good people. Watching every day and again, not to just say it's all the left, but for the most part, it's like they're changing laws to adapt to allow criminals to do more. It's like a criminal's rights, more of adjudication-wise, it's like criminals' rights more than the victims' rights, And it's like I've had a lot of victims in my family and friends from murder. I've had family murdered. I've been shot. I got shot when I was 11 years old. It's like now over here, well, not over here in Florida, but like, again, Chicago, Illinois, look at the law that's just changing. There's all these laws that you could break, and you don't even spend a night in jail. You don't even spend a night in jail for attempted murder, for harassing a politician, attempted, there's just crazy stuff that it's like, come on, man, I'm doing things right, and I'm watching people doing things bad and horrible, and they get away with everything. Now I ask, what would happen now if all the good people say, you know what, screw it. If everyone's going to break the law, so am I. That's going to be a bad day, especially when it comes to violence, because we're like I'm a fighter. Like I'm a fighter. I do MMA, boxing. I do everything. There's a lot of people on our side that are former veterans. They've been trained to kill. They've been trained to do stuff. What if we all went lawless the way the left is lawless right now?
A lot of people say that January 6th was an example of what could happen in that case.
Okay.
I don't really, her stand and everything that she's been saying, I do respect her of being a police officer and a chief. Obviously, that's great. I back up the blue a lot. But some of her policies I just don't really agree with compared to Rubio's. So that's where I stand on that.
What is it, what have you liked that Rubio's done since he's been a senator?
Well, with Rubio, I really, the stuff that he's done, the against abortion and stuff like that, like I really do believe in that, coming from a Christian person, but I really do believe in those policies and all the stuff that he tries to bring with him in the religious standpoint. I do agree with all that stuff. Overall, I think he's a better candidate than Val Demings. But like I said, I mean, that's basically my main part,
And for you, ma'am?
I am very pro-life. I am a Christian woman, and he protects life. So I will not vote for a pro-choice candidate.
So, in terms of how does he protect life? In terms of the judges he votes for and supports?
He is pro-life himself, and he wants to protect life.
Would you consider a vote for Congresswoman Demings this year?
No, not at all. Because she's voted 100% with 90%. All of them have voted with the Democrats.
I mean, she is a Democrat.
Yeah, and they all voted with the Democrats.
You know what? I like Val Demings, but I think her campaign from the get-go was running the other way from that issue. That was her first campaign ad. I used to do this myself. You know, the first thing she did was, I am not for defunding the police. That was the first ad. When you do that, you lost my vote off the first. I don't care who you are. Because now you're just becoming a one-dimensional candidate because you know you fucked up, and now you want to get that, you know, kind of like you want to smooth it over or get it out of the way. You know, but if you get my vote, I'm telling you right now, I'm not a Marco Rubio fan either.
So there's a chance.
I was a Democrat. I liked her. I was a Democrat, but I will vote for who Mr. Trump says to vote for.
Well,
Mr. Trump, take it up, down, even for dog catcher.
But that's what I'm saying. That goes to the cult thing that the other people.
Not really, because it infers to be a smallness, and this is way, way bigger than that.